Let's start with Bill Polian. How much of a mentor was he to you in all of this and the time that you spent under his wing?
Yeah, I mean, I learned my X's and O's from my high school coaches and college coaches, but everything I learned about the NFL, roster construction, how to work with coaching staffs, how to work with the training staff, video, equipment, everything I learned from Bill. And it was a tremendous experience. I was a younger guy then, and he always listened to all the, he used to ask our opinions on things, which is, I haven't even earned that yet. But just through osmosis, just being in the building every day and learning from Bill, and who's a Hall of Fame GM, there's no way I'd be here without him.
Obviously some big names with the Chargers that you helped to build on offense and defense. Just in your experience in trying to scout and bring about some of the names and players that you have, what do you really look for outside of skill?
And that's a great question because it's so important. You have to have more skill in this league. Like, everybody in this league is good. So you have to try and find the margins. And a lot of that's just intangibles and work ethic and preparation. You can be really talented in this league, but if you don't prepare the right way, it will show up on Sunday. So the work ethic, I always talk about like a drive to be great. It's really important to us in football intelligence. But all of those, we need those at every position. That's what we look for. Obviously, the talent's important, but you got to have those intangibles too. I think that's a big part of the process.
What is your first order of business here as the general manager? Obviously, I think AP was asked about the offensive coordinator position and looking for a quarterback. Just for you, how are you prioritizing this?
Yeah, it's since it all has to get done, it's like multitasking and time management, probably more so than prioritizing. But obviously, getting the coaching staff in order, that's probably number one. The pro scouting, the college scouting, the draft free agency, we'll get into that. But right now, let's get the coaching staff in order because, we can't be talking about players, about what we're going to do if we don't know what the schemes are going to be on both sides of the ball. So I know Patrick Graham is interviewing for some head coaching jobs. So we got to wait to see where that is, to see if he's here. Because if he's not here, then we may have a different defense. Hopefully he's here. Hopefully his career, he gets a head coaching job. But, selfishly, I'd love to work with him. So, but once we get the coaching staff in place, that will start to put everything else in motion.
Have you been able to speak with Champ Kelly? And I know he's currently under contract, but is there a place for him right now that you can foresee in working with you perhaps?
Yeah, I can foresee that. We've never worked together, but we've both been in the league long enough. We have a lot of common denominators of who we know. He's a great person. He's really good at his job. And like I said, this is not a one-man show, and I don't have all the answers. So it'd be great if he's part of this, and I could foresee that happening.
And also in terms of just getting to know Antonio Pierce, what have you gathered so far from what your relationship might be like with him after, I know you've only had a brief 24 hours here?
A lot of energy, which, the head coach's job is the most difficult job in pro sports, to be a head football coach in the NFL, because you have the X's and O's part of it, but there's so much else going on leading a team. That's why, I know he doesn't have a lot of head coaching experience, but he has a lot of experience in this game. And he's going to put a really good coaching staff around him. I'm excited about it, but just a ton of energy and a genuine guy. Which is great. He's going to tell exactly how he sees it, and that's what we need. It's hard to make decisions when everybody is kind of not afraid to give, or everyone's afraid to give their opinions, their real opinions. Well, I can tell I'm going to get the real opinion from him all the time. So, I'm really looking forward to working with him.
What is your vision right now as general manager for this franchise as you start to take over the helm?
Just to play with an identity, and a lot of that comes off your head coach. You want to have, take on the identity of your head coach, and he mentioned it in there. Like defensively, it's pretty easy. Run and hit. Like Raider football is aggressive, is tough, and offensively, get some speed and get the ball down the field. That's the way the Raiders have played forever since the 1960s. So that's the goal.